YouTube. This is my next video. It's Rocket Batman here. I'm gonna do a segment right now. I think would be the best decks of the format. I'm not gonna say the best decks. I'm just gonna say the top tier decks that I'll see in like major events and whatnot, and that could be very powerful decks. This is just my opinion, but I think most would agree. So let's just get started here. First deck I'm going to talk about is Chaos Plant. This is a very good deck. It's very combo based and can drop big synchros on you and plus ones with like Pot of Avarice and Chaos Sorcerer. This is kind of a thinking man's deck, so if you're not ready to play the way you should with the deck, then don't play it at all because sometimes you're going to make the wrong moves with it. It's just, yeah. Next deck is the Gemini deck, the like Hero City Miracle Fusion deck. Now, this is a very controlling deck. The deck is all pluses, like Gemini Spark, Hero Blast, Stratos, Absolute Zero when it's destroyed, it like nukes everything. So that's plus. So everything in the deck's the pluses. And the Shining just came out, Elemental Hero Shining. That's a very good card. And that card also provides pluses when it dies, you get 2 remove Elemental Heroes back to your hand. That's pretty cool. So, yeah, the deck is very good. It's very controlling. And, yeah. So next deck is Gravekeeper. This is a very good deck. I like Gravekeepers a lot. I've been playing them for at least 2 months now, and I really like the deck. The loss of 1 Royal Tribute does not hurt the deck. What it does is it makes it more consistent and more about the control. You're not always going to go for Royal Tribute, but I really like this deck right now. So next deck, Samurais. They just won the YCS Charlotte. Actually, came in first. This is still a very good deck. I don't understand why people think that because Gateway of the Six is at 1, that this is a dead deck. Let's get that out of the way. This is a really good deck right now. You can still go into things like Shin and Shin, Grandmaster Keyzon. That's still like swarm like crazy. And they got plus ones with 6 Samurai of the United, which is a pot of greed for 6 Samurais. The deck is not dead. It is a very good deck. And watch out for it. If you're not ready, it'll swarm you and beat you. X-Sabers, still a very good deck. Can run things like Trap Stun. You can go Trap Stun, then Hunlay, which is an amazing, amazing combo. And then after they Hunlay your stuff, they're going to go like Full Troll and start doing their bigger plays. So, still a very good deck. Didn't lose much with the ban list. Actually gained a lot. With Book of Moon being hit, this is actually a better deck. Next deck, Frog Monarch or Fish OTK. They both use these cards, so I thought I'd just use them for both. Frog Monarch is very good. It is very consistent and very easy to side against, but I'm sure Frog Monarch players know that and will side accordingly. But the Fish OTK deck is really good. I actually played Fish OTK last week at my locals. I was playing Gravekeepers. I went 4-1. That was my only loss. Giant Trunade Rex Face. If you're not careful, Giant Trunade will own you. So Fish OTK still really good deck. It didn't really get hurt that hard. Next deck, Dragoonity. I think this deck has a lot of hype right now. Don't get me wrong, it's still a very good deck. It still can bust out Stardust in turn 1, bust out Scrap Dragon turn 1, and that field spell makes the deck so much faster and so much more consistent. But honestly, I think the deck has a lot of hype right now. It's not as good as people perceive it to be. It is easily countered with certain cards, and until I see it do very well at a major event. I know Fraser Smith just he went like top 16 or top 8 with this, but it's still, I think the deck's a lot of hype right now. And there were some pro players that did make decks of Dragoonity and then went to major events with them and said they did terrible because the deck is not that good. So it remains to be seen, but right now I think the deck is hype, but it will still be popular. The Machina Karakuri deck, very good deck. Their Synchros, Beret, and Burrito are very good. Storming the field, you get pluses with their draw effects, whatnot. You can go into Synchros a lot and summon this thing constantly. So, Jeff Jones made a deck that revolves around these with the Plant Engine, with Dandelion and Lone Fires. So that's a very good deck. I think it'll be popular because Jeff Jones played it, but I don't see it consistently beating decks like Samurai and Gravekeeper and Saber. So we'll see where the deck goes, but right now it'll probably be popular for now. So yeah, those are my decks that I think will be floating around tier 1, tier 1.5, tier 2. These are probably going to be the most popular decks of the format. Obviously, there's always room for innovation. In the next few months, we'll probably get in new cards and new decks will be sprouting out. But for now, just right now, these are my picks for the top tier decks. So rate, comment, subscribe. Thanks, YouTube.